That's why you're here today, right? To understand how to be a powerhouse listing agent, because we know listings are what? King. You control the market when you have listings. Absolutely correct. You should be leveraging every listing you get. One new buyer and another listing. So 2 new deals. If you're not doing that, then this is the reason why you're here today. To find out all the techniques and strategies and things that they're doing to get that business. And right now, it is a seller's market. It's actually 0.7. 0.7. We need to get to work. So why are you guys all here today? Get to work. Awesome. All right. Well, again, not here to listen to me. We're going to talk about some really amazing rock stars here. We have some great speakers. Again, some that have come from Southern California, but also some local ones here. I actually know Val and Gail. Val, I know, it's kind of a funny story. I met Val in 2016, and she was working for a small brokerage, and I was actually trying to figure out how to get into the building world, like getting raw land and building a home from scratch. So I had some couple clients that were doing that. Val actually worked for a guy who had some properties for sale in Granite Bay, so I rolled out there in my Honda because I thought it was cool. And I said, Val, and I acted like I knew it, right? What do? You fake it till you make it in this business. I got out there, thought I knew what I was talking about, and literally as soon as I met her, I was like, holy crap, I have zero idea what I'm doing. But what was cool was this girl was all tattooed up, but there's no, I'm actually completely tattooed up, and I was like, oh my, we got something in common. So we instantly clicked. We've been friends forever since then, and it's been a great journey. But Gail DeMarco, who's been licensed since 2013, she started as a team member on the top team for Connie Barnes Real Estate. She was licensed in Florida. She's blessed to lead a growing team, has 6 grandkids, ages 0 to 12. Awesome, congratulations. Val Turner, licensed also in 2013, started a local boutique broker in Cameron Park, does property management and sells $300,000 to $400,000 homes, has 5 kids, ages 2 to 13. 2021, over $300 million in combined volume with Placer County partner Jay Friedman, Jay's rock star. In 2022, top office for volume in Tri-Counties. They hold a good percentage of the market share in El Dorado Hills, specialize in luxury. Val and Gail partnered 4 years ago when they were competing over listing, and they built a business centered around God first, family second, then work. So let's give it up and give a standing ovation to Gail and Val Turner. Come on up. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is my Japanese brother from another mother. Love that guy. Love all of you. Thank you guys for being here. This is so fun. I can't tell you how good it is to be around people again, people with smiles, people that want to work, people that want to grow, people that want to learn how to do cool shit. So thank you for being here, and we hope to bring some energy and some fun and some motivation and just have some fun today. So a little about our team. Chris gave a great intro. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that with us. We have sold a little bit of real estate. Last year we had a great year. We sold almost $400 million in 2021 combined with our partner Jay Friedman. Right. Thank you. It's a lot of transactions. We have an amazing team. I will say first and foremost, we don't do anything without God. He is our fearless team leader. He's the only reason we can wake up and do these numbers.
Amen.
And secondly, we don't do it without our team. So we've got a lot of our team in the room. Thank you guys for showing up today and for being here. For those who are not here, they're not here because they are out helping us with those listings, getting them ready for market. We have a lot of inventory that we're going to be bringing to the market weekly, I would say, for the next several months. So we are 70% listings. We are primarily a listing agent. That said, we still work a few buyers. We got Gail away from doing buyers, which has been a blessing. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. That's all I can say. I still will work buyers if they're referral, or of course if my seller is selling and then my seller wants to utilize my services to purchase. We're about 5% referrals, and we have 3 office locations. So we're, Gail and I work out of El Dorado Hills. Sorry.
Val, it's right in front of us. Look.
Thanks. Gail and I work out of El Dorado Hills, and we have a Cameron Park office now that we brought in the last 6 months. And we have 1 Roseville office and 1 more Roseville office on the way. So for those of you who we get the pleasure of running into, we get to run into you a little bit more often now because we'll be on all corridors.
And before we really get started here, I really wanted to thank Brent Gove, James Stroop, Rob, and Jay, our camera guy, for putting all this together. And Val and I've always believed in the law of abundance. And we are here by the grace of God, and I will always say that, because when I got started in this business a little over 8 years ago, nobody really wanted to help us, right? Everybody thought everything was a big secret. So we've always had an open playbook, even before EXP. We're here to share with you, and hopefully it will resonate with you. I mean, our presentation is really kind of based on people that aren't listing agents yet, that want to really, or maybe just do onesies and twosies. We want to encourage you to be a listing agent. So that's, you know, and then you're going to meet Pete Middleton, who I've been a stalker of. I love this guy. He's incredible. He came all the way here from San Diego, and super excited. He's going to talk about the luxury market. But before we get started,
can I see a raise of hands? How many people love working with buyers? Tough crowd.
We are in the right room. Cocktails, everybody.
Well, we're going to share just a couple of fun snippets of some real-life buyer scenarios, and I think a lot of you guys can relate to these.
Hello, this is Emily.
Emily, it's Vera.
Oh, hi.
Vera McGrath.
Oh, Vera, hi.
Hey, so listen, I just drove by this house and they just put I watched them put up a sign for sale. It's not on the market yet, but the seller, I just talked to the seller and they said we could come in right now. So I'm waiting here. Can you please come meet me here? This is the exact model that I wanted.
Swimming. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry about that. I have my
No,
little nephew with me. We'll go this way. Oh,
this is our only opportunity. Emily, I need you to do this, please. I've been finding all the other homes, and now I found the perfect one.
Okay.
And if you could just meet me down here right now, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, Vera, we'll be right there.
Hi, this is Becca.
Hi, Becca. It's Shane, your real estate agent. How you doing today?
I'm kind of busy. What's going on?
Okay, so I just sent you the pest inspection that we had done yesterday, and I just read through it, and it looks like this house needs $50,000 worth of Section 1 dry rot repair. So I'm not sure if you saw that.
Well, I didn't really understand how to read that, but so what does that mean to me?
So in this crazy market, we kind of just have to take the home as is, or I'm not sure.
Well, Shane, yeah. you knew I wanted this house. You paid for it. You have the commission. Use your money. Why would I have to pay for this? You told me that it looks fine.
Shane, where are you right now? I want to see you right now. Where are you?
I'm at the office.
He's hot.
All right, I'll see you guys. So you guys can head to the office, or I'll meet you guys somewhere.
No, you're going to pay for it, or we're canceling.
Okay. All right, I'll think of a plan B. I'll talk. Oh, they hung up.
hey Steve, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, no problem.
The purpose of this meeting is just so I can really drill down to what's important to you. So when I call you and tell you, hey, we got to look at this, we jump. So tell me what you're looking for.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a single story, preferably maybe 2-story if it's really nice, in Serrano, 3,000 square feet.
Okay.
Has to have 1/4-acre lot, preferably with a pool, and turnkey. I don't want to have to do anything.
Okay, cool. So what's your price point?
I do not want to spend more than $600.
And you want to live in Serrano?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You know the inventory is really low, right? And there's really nothing in that price, so I think we need to rethink this.
I get that. You know, you could put on your nice shoes and door knock and get a workout in.
Okay, so you want me to door knock and look for a $600,000 home?
Yeah. That's move-in ready, nothing to do. On top of, I work for the state now, but I used to be a realtor, so I want 25% to go to my closing costs.
Wait, so you want me to door knock, find you a deal, and give you 25% of my commission?
Yeah, why not? You're a baller. What's 25% to you?
So, Steve, I had a great time this weekend. I can't believe we looked at over 20 homes, especially with the inventory being that low, but I was able to show you some off-market deals. So just to protect you and to protect myself, if we're going to move forward with this, I need you to sign this buyer representation agreement. So basically, all it says is that I'm entitled to 2.5% commission on the buyer's side. So go ahead and sign that.
Interesting. So what if it's only 1.5% that they're paying?
Well, that normally doesn't happen, but if it did, you would be responsible for the other 1% commission.
Okay. And am I going to need to get like the 3 other agents that I'm working with to sign this?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, it sounds like I need every agent I'm working with to use this paperwork, right?
Wait. Did you say you're working with 3 other agents?
Yes, I want the best deal possible, and, sometimes they may have something that you don't have.
David, it's Ryan. Hey, I got good news for you. Our offer got accepted, brother. Congratulations. I know. I can't believe it myself. We beat out 10 other offers. I mean, I went to bat for you. I told them all these great things about you, and wait, your offer got accepted on another house? You wrote 2 offers with another agent? Okay, I gotta go.
Hello, this is Gabe.
Hi, it's Emily. Listen, I want to go see that house that just popped up on Main Street today. 445.
Okay.
I saw it on Zillow. I don't know why you didn't send it to me, but it's on Zillow.
Well, actually, it was
So
in your
can we
portal,
go
but
look at that? I'm actually out front right now. Can we go look at it?
well, I actually have an appointment right this second, but I'd be happy to show it to you later.
I'm on Zillow right now, and it looks vacant.
Well, I still have to reach out to the listing agent.
Appointment only.
I don't know either,
actually,
but
Gabe, never mind. I'm just going to call the listing agent. Okay, the number's right here. So, see ya.
Oh no, I'm not getting out.
Are you sure, honey?
No, I said I am not getting out. That looks nothing like the photograph.
Valerie Turner. This is the 40th home we've seen. I really feel good about this one. I think this one checks all the boxes. It's the color scheme that you mentioned. It's the open concept that you talked about. Come with me this way. Let me show you the bonus that I think really seals the deal on this house for you.
Okay, the floor has got to go. The granite, I hate rounded edges. You know I do. And I thought the ceilings were higher.
Sweetie,
So this one has the next gen suite.
Let's take a look.
I know this was important to both of you guys with mom coming to live with you. I really think that this is just exactly what you were looking for. Check it out.
Let's go take a look.
It's attached to the house? No. Okay, we cannot do this.
Why not?
Because I thought she was going to live like in her own little cottage, not like down the hall from us.
Peaches, listen. My
Boo-boo,
mom
boo-boo.
is important for her.
Boo-boo, listen to me. You're not listening. I can't do this.
Okay, so where are we supposed to go? My mom has to live this. This checks everything.
No, I hate the color of the walls.
Okay, listen, what if we, on the door here, we just, walled it off, and she had her own entrance? Come on.
Honestly, I can't believe you're making me do this, boo-boo.
Okay, what if I bought you a boat?
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, shh. Okay. All right, I'm going to tell her.
What do you think?
We're going to make an offer.
Great.
Yeah, but
Well, let's
we're
talk about it.
definitely not coming in full price.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I think she said that there was multiple offers already.
There's 5.
Okay, but we're cash.
Right.
So does the seller know that we're cash? Because we
does.
have cash.
He does. Let's talk about this. Come with me.
Listen, Dad always said never pay full price for anything. And I'm certainly not going to do it now. Did you see the Zestimate on this place?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, Zestimates don't lie, boo-boo.
Okay, Peaches, just listen to her. She'll show us.
Come join
Just
me.
have a seat, please.
Fine.
All right, guys. Let's talk terms. What are you thinking?
Well, you said there was 4 offers, 5 offers?
5 offers.
5 offers.
And they've got one that's about $50,000 over asking right now.
Okay.
Okay, but we found the place.
Yeah, we did. So we found this place. So we're willing to come up. But since we found it, we want a referral fee. And I figure it's at $1 million. You'll pay us a 25% referral fee for finding it?
Yeah, my cousin's brother's aunt, whose sister is a dog sitter. She's like really smart. said that I know that I can actually get a 25% referral fee from you. I mean, we did find it.
Oh, you want that from me? You want me to pay you to buy this house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, that's standard.
You're joking, right?
No.
Oh, you're serious.
We are serious.
Oh,
yes.
gosh. I'm sorry.
Oh, we have a little poo-poo emergency. Is that okay if he uses the bathroom?
Do it again. Sure.
Okay, come on, little Timmy. Where is
I was just locking.
where is the bathroom here? All right. Little Timmy. I'm pooping. Okay, do you need help? I need help. Oh, gosh. Perfect.
Look at the plunger.
Perfect.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh my God.
I would just like to give an extra special thanks to all of our actors in that video. Thank you. I know half of you are in the room. Will you please stand up so that we can get a round of applause for the actors in that video? Shane, Steve, Ryan, Emily. I don't think Trent is here.
And honestly, the reason, these were all like one takes. We decided, when was it? Like 3 days ago?
Yep.
Let's just put together some scenarios of reasons I don't want to work with buyers anymore. And just different things that, you know, I mean, you'll spend a month, 2 months showing an agent. I mean, not an agent, a buyer. And you'll miss important things in your family and in your life. And all of a sudden they're like, went to the listing agent because you can't jump quick enough. So, we're just trying to make fun. Of course, for the people that work with buyers, we're not trying to insult you at all. These are just things. I mean, how many times have I'm like, what do you mean you're using the bathroom? There's no toilet paper. Don't use the guest towels. But those kind of things, make our job a little bit more challenging, right?
Absolutely. As somebody who has 5 children, I can't tell you how many times I've had to sacrifice going to the swim meet or going to the soccer game or staying late for their school performance or the parent-teacher conference I forgot about because I was out with buyers.
Yeah, so it was crystal clear to me when I started out, for 3 years I was just buyers, afraid of listings. And it was a pivoting point when I missed my grandson's birthday party because somebody had to see a house. Had to go see a house. I had to, and of course, I put that first, which I shouldn't have. And I said, from that moment on, I'm going to go get listings. And I didn't really know how because the gal that I was working with at the time and didn't really want to share. They want, when you're a buyer's agent, they want to kind of keep you as a buyer's agent. A lot of listing agents aren't going to take you under their umbrella and say, here's what we do to get our listings.
So we'll talk about a few things here. Number one, I would say for both Gail and I, something that came very, very important when we partnered, Gail was doing this far better and far longer than I was mastering your morning schedule. How many of you can say that you have a great morning schedule? It's about 40% of the room. That's honest. I appreciate that. It's a challenge. Gail and I have very different mornings. I have 5 children. 4 of them are school-aged. And so I have no time to myself between 6 a.m. and 8:59 a.m. when I kick them out of the car to school. Gail, what time do you get up in the morning?
It's kind of a sore spot because my husband gets really aggravated because I have to sneak. I have my phone, my alarm and my arm go off 4:45 a.m. And that's the time I wake up, and then I'm in an accountability group for Peloton. So then I get on my bike, and we take a picture before, and then we take a picture after. But meanwhile, I have to kind of sneak out of there. Then I put the coffee machine on, and so I'm always sneaking, tripping. I'm bruised all over. So that's...
Well, and to tie into that, having an accountability partner or somebody that can help you get to that level is extremely important. I was not a 4:40. I'm still not a 4:45 in the morning type of person. I'm like a 5:55 a.m. morning person because I have to be. But I will tell you, I get my first email from this woman at 4:46 in the morning. And that holds me accountable. It lights my fire. I get up in the morning and I know somebody else that's in my tribe, my organization, my partnership, my whatever. For, you know, a lot of you guys are solo agents. But find somebody that's going to be that side ride partner for you that is a reason for you to do better or a reason for you to push yourself just a little bit more to get yourself building these habits if you want to pivot your career. Secondly, I have to say, I didn't believe in this second one for a while, and I didn't do it for a while, but it was the best thing that I ever did after I partnered with Gail, and that is get a coach. Tell us, Gail, why is coaching so important?
Well, let me ask you, do any of your kids play sports? Okay, how important is their coach? Most great athletes have 3, sometimes 4 coaches, right, for different things. And I've always had 3, sometimes 4 coaches myself. Right now I'm down to 2 coaches because I'm actually coaching, which is great. And I just feel like I love the accountability and I love the 2 different things that people, like I've been with Mike Ferry for, it's been a little over 6 years. So that's an accountability where you have to put in your numbers and we're in mastermind groups. So that is really good to just keep you accountable. And then we have a team coach, right?
We do.
So we want to be the Navy SEALs of listing agents. We don't want to just be a listing agent. And the reason we talk about the mornings is because we want to be ready for action by 8:30 in the morning. So
I would agree. And the third item on there, find a mentor. I'll tell you, Gail became my mentor when we partnered. And I would encourage all of you to find yourself a mentor. That doesn't mean you have to go pay for coaching. For a lot of us, that's not an affordable option necessarily right here, right now, today, until we have listings or we have buyers in contract. But there are so many people amongst our associations, whether it be PCAR or it's SAMCAR or EDCAR, that would be an amazing mentor for you to align yourself with. Maybe it's just a colleague. Maybe it's somebody you've just been selling alongside of or somebody you did a transaction with. I'll be honest, some of our team members have become my mentors. I'm learning every day from people. So align yourself in a position to have a mentor, and even if you're not paying for a coach. So show up to the events, go to the PCAR trainings, come to things like this, introduce yourself, talk, network, and find yourself somebody that speaks your language and vibes with your style, and have that person just be in alignment with you. And either you're going to learn how to be a mentor or that person's going to change your life as your mentor.
And to be honest, sometimes people don't even know they are your mentor, right? Because what you need to do is find somebody who's doing a lot of listings or is doing it at a high level. Whatever company you're in, you can find that person. So when I first decided to become a listing agent, I was prospecting for FSBOs, and somehow the guy said to me, okay, I normally go with Nick Sadik, but he's got 27 listings, and he won't be able to service them the way that this other gal, Joey, and I didn't know anybody. I just basically newly licensed. So I'm like, if I can get this guy to hire me, would you give me these 4 listings? And he said, yeah, and he called me kid, and I love that. I was like, really? So it's like, so I contacted Nick. We all know how busy he is, right? And I kept contacting him. And then I sent him an email. I said, hey, if you need somebody to give you a life, to take your dog to the vet, you didn't have a dog, so I bought him one, or take your car to the car wash, take your dry cleaning, whatever it is, I will be that person. Hired me, and then I learned a lot. He didn't say, hey, come with me on a listing appointment. I just kind of watched his demeanor. I watched what he did. I knew right away I did not want to be a luxury listing agent because I watched him go back and forth. So then, you know, I mean, there was Connie Barnes, my first person, and I never saw her. She never came in the office. It was hard to learn. So there's a million excuses why you can't learn from somebody or mentor with somebody, but all you have to do is put yourself in the right realm.
I absolutely could not agree more. Bottom line, you're here because you need more skill. It takes skill to be a listing agent. It takes skill to be in charge of a multi-million-dollar transaction. And what I mean by that is you're representing your seller's finances, but you're also representing the buyer and the buyer's agent and that whole side of the transaction. It takes a lot of skill to do that. To me, skill comes from confidence, and that's not something I started with in this business. I learned it from that woman right there. So please share some of your secrets on skills and confidence.
Well, I always role played, okay? So for 4 years, for 4 days a week for 3 hours a day, I was very, very consistent. Because I knew if I just did these few things that I could make $1 million, right? Because I'd watch people on the Mike Ferry stage. And I'm like, they make $1 million, $2 million, $2 million, $3 million. I was like, oh my gosh. So I would just, like Brent always says, if you want what I have, do what I did. So just by doing, I don't know, 2 or 3 things consistently that most people won't even do occasionally, I was winning. I role play. So even like with our group sometimes, if we're going to teach another agent how to prospect, I'm like, okay, let's role play. We'll all sit in the room, and it just warms you up. I mean, you wouldn't just, you know, go to a race and not be prepared and not warm up. And, you know, that's what's going to bring you the best results.
And I hated it when she used to do role play. Let me tell you how much I hated it. This woman used to call me, this was 4 years ago, mind you, brand new partnership, heavy in buyers. I was really heavy in buyers, and I worked a sphere. That's where my clients came from. And she's, you know, doing her coaching thing and telling me, like, we've got to be listing agents, and I need you to role play. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I got to show houses.
You be the man, I be the woman. Right?
It made me so uncomfortable. I would get hives, like just the idea of like pretending to speak a scenario in front of people. And it's just funny how much that's mindset and how much we get in our own way and how many excuses we tell ourselves of why we can't get better. And now I'm role playing with our team, and those are my accountability partners. And every time I'm able to and blessed to have an opportunity to role play with somebody and help them face a fear and help them overcome a challenge, I actually am growing as well. So I will tell all of you guys to get out of your own way and find a mentor, find a coach, develop your skills, and role play.
So we just talked about getting out of bed. What are you doing?
Sorry, just making sure we hit it all.
Let's role play this. You push right to, no. So
let's move forward.
Okay, one of the things I decided right away, and probably because I'm older, was am I going to be like great at this, or am I going to be average? Because I noticed that the first thing you do, and I've been racing stand-up paddle boards for, well, I haven't raced in the last 2 years, but I've been racing for quite a while, and we always want to identify who's our competition. Okay, you know, just figure out who are we racing against, and let's see how can we win. Is it their board? Is it their paddle? Is it their weight? Is it, you know, what is that? Okay, or are they good on the right or are they good on the left? So same exact thing when you're going into, you know, when you're getting into any field, right? It's not just real estate. Find out who is your competition, what are they doing great, and how can you, because let's face it, it's all been done, right? So if you want what they have, you have to do what they did. But then I found out a lot of people aren't really performing on a high level. So I decided, okay, year 5, I'm going to start making $1 million. And I did all those actions to make that happen. And I'll tell you, my first check, I was at Nick Sadix. It was $987,000, my W-2, or 1099. And I was like, I was so disappointed. I was like a mess. I was like, I wanted to make $1 million. What happened? What did was it one more listing? I could have made $1 million. Rather than saying, oh, you did great. Because, you know, when I brought home a B, my dad beat the crap out of me. So for me, it wasn't good enough. Because when I set my goals, I will do whatever it takes to get to the finish line, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody or
put you in jail.
Yes, well, that's happened, so, but anyway, so once you're honest with yourself, you're going to figure it out. So how are you going to get there? So many agents, including myself when I first got started, I thought you had to buy your business. The only Zillow leads that were available were in Stockton. So I bought Zillow leads in Stockton and Lodi, and I had to drive 72 miles each way, and my first deal was $205,000, my first listing. And when they said, hey, we want to hire you, I'm like, don't you want to think about this? Because I didn't even know how to do a listing, you know, paperwork. So you have to decide. I will tell you right now, especially with the Zillow market, if you're spending a lot of money on leads, you're not getting quality. You are not. They are running your ass ragged. So we don't believe in buying leads. We don't buy Realtor.com. We don't buy Zillow. We believe in giving the skills to the agents around us to fish. And we will get into that in a second. But Are you going to wait for the business and walk in the office at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock? Hey, I'm here, you got an open house for me? I hate that. Or, hey, I'm slow. Or, that's why I can't even impress how important your mornings are. I mean, just get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone, because if you don't, you will never succeed. And now it's going to get even tougher. The last thing I would say is, how are you going to find your business? And that's what we're going to talk about.
So for starters, from coaching, this is a tool, and I know it's pretty little, but take a picture. You can zoom in on it. This is a tool that we were able to develop to help our agents assess what their goals are going to be. Because unless you know what your goals are going to be, how are you going to develop a plan to reach them?
And we'll email you this, so don't worry about if you can't see it. If you reach out to us,
we'll email you the actual template
one,
you can fill in. But if you don't know where you're going, how in the world are you going to figure out how to get there? So you have to identify what Gail calls it her BHAG. What is your big, hairy, audacious goal? What number do you want to take home and put in your bank account at the end of the year? And so by identifying what your commitment to earn is, let's take, for example, $500,000 in the next 12 months, how are you going to get there? What is your work ethic going to look like? How much time per day? How much time per week? How many people do you need to get in front of? How are you going to get there? Once you can identify how you are going to get there, you can lay out the steps which you're going to take daily and consistently to start building the avenue that takes you there. Gail always says it's a contact sport.
And sometimes it can be on the field with your kids, right? Sometimes it could be like, I got a great listing at Costco on the return line. There was a woman in front of me, and I could have just kept my mouth shut, and she had a dead plant, and I'm like, how'd you kill that? So just little things. It's like if you don't have a conversation with at least 7 to 10 people a day, I mean, it doesn't have to be picking up the phone, calling, for sale by owners or expireds.
You forgot to tell them about the Imagine Dragons concert. We made $100,000 because Gail attended an Imagine Dragons concert. Anybody go to some fun concerts around here? Wouldn't it be great if you got a client at one of those concerts?
And the fun thing was there were like 5 little kids sitting in the seats, and I told my husband, I go, they're in our seats. And he's like, just stop it. He goes, and then the parents started talking, oh, should we move? And I'm like, no, it's okay. Well, they happen to own a 9,000 square foot home, and they started talking to me because their kids were, singing all the words. And I'm like, oh my God, it's fabulous. They know all the words. And he reached out, gave us a listing, and Val happened to have the buyer, and it was over $100,000 in commission just from talking to somebody at an Imagine Dragons concert rather than just keeping to myself.
From that point forward, I said, I'm never working with buyers because I will never negotiate with that woman again. But it's true. Contact sport. My kids all play sports. I've earned half of my business in the last 7 years from my children's friends, from my daughter's kindergarten teacher, from PTA events, from school meetings, from Facebook, from just being on Instagram, and that's my circle, is the parents of my children's friends. So for all you parents in the room, go exploit your children. I promise you it's worthwhile.
Right. So here's my favorite subject. I like to talk about farming and prospecting. I mean, back in the day, if people wanted to eat and to even have a chance of possibly getting rich, they had to dig in the dirt. They had to, eat occasionally, and they worked hard. Our job is not that hard. One of the first things I do is identify the neighborhood that we want to work in. And for those of you that like, hey, I work in Antioch, and I work in Roseville, and I work in El Dorado Hills, and I work in Sac, it is such a waste of time being all over the place. We really believe in going deep and staying focused. Because if I cannot drive to an appointment within 10 minutes, I don't want the listing. I'll refer it out. I just feel like that allow me to take more listings. It's easier to have your name recognition than to be sending out a bunch of postcards. And we also do TV commercials. So we do Folsom, El Dorado Hills, right?
Yep.
TV commercials. So you identify a farm, and then what I do is I like Corfax. Okay, so I probably send out a month because we have a larger team, a couple thousand postcards, but we don't send it out once a month. It's usually every 2 weeks. Then I take my title rep and I put him to work. His name is Pete Dawson, and I called him last night. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Here's the farm I want. Give me updated phone numbers. Well, he can't do that, so he'll give me the list, and then I go get my phone guy, and if anybody needs to know how to get phone numbers, you can reach out to me. We do not call the do not call list, because that's a no-no.
Expensive.
It's expensive. I haven't learned, but I've watched other people get spanked. So we're doing our postcards, and then we are calling. Me and Shane, he's an assassin on the phone, quite a few people on our team. So we do pick up the phone, and we'll talk about that in a second. You want to talk about open houses?
Yeah, open houses is how I built my business. We also have several agents in our team, and that's how they have built their business. So for any of you in this room who do not believe in open houses, fix your mindset, because you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars of your income on the table by not hosting open houses. And we'll talk a little bit more in detail about this dream job description. But at the end of the day, would you rather work Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 with an hour commute both ways, or would you rather work maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4 hours a day, and 4 hours on the weekend hosting open houses?
So
the second, right? Kind of a no-brainer. I built my entire business this way. So did Gail. We started doing open houses, 2 a weekend, 3 a weekend, 4 a weekend.
4 a weekend.
10 to 12, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 5, you name it. But put yourself in a position to be in front of more people, and I promise you'll meet more people and you'll have more results.
And I want to say something on that, because like last weekend I was showing a client a brand new home. I will not sell a Lennar home because they don't pay commission, but I found one that was on the market. I noticed it was vacant. I called the listing agent. He was in San Jose, and I asked him if we could do 3 open houses. Even though we have our own, we have a team that loves open houses. So called Shane up, and it wasn't even my open house, but I made an opportunity for 3 more open houses. Hey, Ryan, can you stand up for a second? So Ryan has been on our team how many years? 3 years. And Ryan has killed it in open houses. He's made over $500,000 in commission in 2021, right? Just from open houses. It's a contact sport. And he's only been in the business 3 years. He is the pinnacle of connecting at an open house. You know, he just offers value. I mean, I just can't even say enough about that. Some people do open houses and they're not successful. If you want to know how to be successful at an open house, I would love you to talk to that guy.
Well, and I think there's a misconception too. We all think, oh, well, I don't want to meet more buyers. I have too many buyers and there's no inventory. So why am I going to go hold an open house to meet a bunch of buyers? That's where I will tell you you are wrong. You're going to meet sellers at your open houses. They want to know why there's no inventory. They want to know what that neighbor's house is going to sell for. They want to know what their house is worth. So last weekend we hosted open houses in Sacramento and open houses in El Dorado Hills, and we got listings out of both of them. Not only did our team get listings out of them, but our team was able to get buyers from that open house that are closing on those homes. So the reality is now they're getting 2 commission checks, somewhere in the nature of around $60,000 by having worked 2 hours on the weekend.
So I'm really, really, really proud of the people that are on our team because they really put forth the effort. We have Shane Lundy, who teaches a lot of our prospecting classes, and he'll do the circle calling. But what they do is they will call before an open house. It doesn't have to be your open house, right? Or it doesn't have to be your just listed, or it doesn't have to be your just sold. But he'll get on the phone, and they actually, every Friday, right? I remember the first time I went in the office, and I was like, what is this, like, 12-pack of Coors in the garbage? What are these pizza? And I'm like, what are all these pizza boxes? So that was a Saturday morning, and I sent a group text. I'm like, whose beer is this? And they were, oh, well, every time they told us to F off, we took a shot. So they said, are you pissed? I go, yeah, I'm pretty pissed. I said, because that is shitty beer, and it is bad pizza. I said, if you're going to do it at a high level, right?
So then they got red wine the next week.
But So, I like to have this slide because people think you're calling strangers, right? Yeah, and I do. And I'm very comfortable with strangers. I always tell people I would have made a great Jehovah's Witness. But, and I'm not afraid of rejection at all. But we're not calling really strangers. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, this used to give me hives. I'm not going to lie. Again, I didn't like role-playing, and I sure as heck did not like prospecting. I was like, no, I get all my clients from referrals, and I get all my clients from people that I know. And to tell me I was going to pick up the phone and dial strangers, there was a lot of other things I was going to do before it was that.
She still won't. She still won't. No. And she doesn't need to because she has way better things. But when we are calling, we're calling people, giving them value.
Absolutely.
We're saying, some of the conversations we had last week. Hey, did you know? We're just calling to let you know we just sold your neighbor's home for $536 a square foot. And let me tell you, they're like, what? What? I go, yeah, it was 2,700 square feet. Wait a minute. 2,700 square feet? And then that just starts the conversation, and I've really rarely, since COVID, had a lot of people resist us on our phone calls because if you're coming with value, they want to hear it. Most people are really interested in this market right now. They want to know, is it still hot? Are we crashing? Are we, what is going on?
And if it's not your results to share because you don't have a listing in that neighborhood, it's okay to call a neighborhood and tell them what public data is. It's perfectly acceptable. You're not poaching on another agent by just simply calling your farm or calling your neighborhood and saying, hey, I'm just calling to share good news that 3 homes sold in your neighborhood this month, and do you know how much over asking those sellers got? You're not doing anything wrong by sharing public data with a homeowner. And that gets their interest, and then hopefully you can gauge a conversation from that. It's different than calling somebody and saying, hi, this is Val. I'm with the Turner, DeMarco, and Friedman team, and I'm just calling around today to find out if you might be interested in selling your house. Wrong approach. But if I'm calling and I'm saying, hey, Gail, it's Val. I'm with Turner, DeMarco, and Friedman team. Sorry to catch you off guard. I just wanted to call you real quick and let you know that another home just closed on your street. Actually, yesterday, I don't know if you had a chance to see that or if you spoke to your neighbor, but they got over $100,000 more than they were asking for, and they listed $100,000 more than the last guy did. So doing the math, I don't know what you're thinking, but it's a pretty darn good time to sell. Do you have any neighbors you're looking to get rid of? And so you bring their guard down, and it's a totally different conversation at that point than it is if you're calling to just, hey, so are you looking for a realtor? No? Oh, okay, thanks, bye. Very different conversation.
And believe me, in the beginning, it will go like that because you'll be scared and you'll be nervous and you won't have the confidence. But then, after you get in that rhythm, it's like anything else. You just get real comfortable with it because if you come from a place of serving and you come from a place of value and you're actually wanting to bless their lives with this information rather than, hey, how many can I get? I mean, I used to prospect with this one girl, and she had a list of papers, like she had 1 to 50, and every time she'd talk to somebody, she'd crumble up paper and throw it across the room because everybody was a transaction and a number to her, and I was like, that doesn't even feel good. But when you walk away, sometimes you only have to call for half an hour and you got an appointment. So it's really just working that muscle, developing that muscle.
All right. Anybody in here have a teenager? My teenage daughter asked me last week, Mom, do you know what a friend with benefits is? About took her out the car. Get your mind out of the gutter. That's not what we're talking about here. So friends with benefits. We all have friends, right? There are benefits to having those friends. Number 1, where are your friends? Mine are on my Instagram. Mine are on my Facebook. Mine are in my phone. Can we all agree? If you don't have a Facebook, you don't have an Instagram, and if you don't have a phone, you should not be sitting in these seats right now saying you want to be a listing agent, okay? Right. So I have continued to build my business year over year and refine and change and follow technology, although I resisted at times because of the teenager. I am on Instagram stories. I am doing Reels thanks to Corey McKinney, who is teaching me a whole bunch of cool stuff. And I am on Facebook, and I sell more real estate via Facebook than I have done through any other sphere activity. I will challenge each and every one of you, and I promise you, if you pick up your phone today at some point in between appointments, after you leave this class or during this class, I don't care, you have got $5 million in real estate volume sitting in your cell phone. And that is powerful, and you need to remind yourself that, because if you're waking up in the morning right now and you're saying, I don't know where my next deal is going to come from. I don't know where I'm going to get a lead. I don't want to buy leads. They're expensive and they're crap. You've got $5 million in sales. That's enough to hit top achievers, I think, or masters. We're close. Maybe they changed the requirements. It's enough to make a lot of money. I know that. Sitting in your phone sitting in your phone for free right now, and it's just sitting there because you're too scared to do anything with it. Are you asking to serve the people that you know? Is anybody in here actually asking your friends, your family members? Do you know anybody that needs a realtor this year? Do you know anybody looking to relocate? Do you know anybody that's looking to sell their home? If you're relocating, you're selling. 90% of our state, y'all, is moving out. They're leaving. They're going to Idaho. They're going to Tennessee. They're going to Florida. They're going to South Carolina, Oklahoma, Ohio. There are a lot of potential sellers sitting right here in our backyard right now. That is 95% of our sellers in our upcoming listings, which we'll talk about in a second. 95% of them are leaving the state. So you have two opportunities there. The very first one is you can sell their home for them and serve them and give them a great service. Number two is you can represent them on a referral if you catch them early. Wherever they're going, you can be that person that's the liaison between here and their agent where they're going to land. I sent out 12 referrals last month. 12 out of state. And that's simply by picking up my phone and asking people that are in it, or tuning into my Facebook and noticing things that people are doing, noticing when that friend is visiting Tennessee. Why the heck are they visiting Tennessee? I should call them and ask them what they were doing there. And that is all opportunity for income. I will tell you also, don't be a secret agent. If you all have seen my shirt today, I bought this on Amazon. It was like $5. And I have a whole collection of these shirts, and I wear them everywhere. And it makes people laugh, and people say, oh, are you in real estate? Is that a fun question to be asked? It is. So don't be a secret agent. Put your hat on with your real estate company or your logo, or wear a cool t-shirt. But get out there and be in front of your audience. Be in front of your Instagram audience. Be in front of your Facebook family and friends. There's a lot of you that are in this room that are on my Facebook, and I watch your stuff, and I love it. I love watching you get in there and make fun reels and make fun stories and talk about what you're doing. I think being active in that online community is so crucial in today's market. I can't even stress it enough.
And honestly, it's been difficult for me because I don't have time. I don't have it scheduled. I have everything scheduled, you know, for my day. But that it's like a black hole you can go down. It's just like you get into it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shoot. So watching Val, the business that she's brought in, watching Corey. 10 minutes? Okay, got it. Okay, so
talk faster.
Okay, but. Anyway, I would encourage all of you to do what she's saying because it really works.
You guys want to know a secret? I was dry in December. I had nothing. Zip, not a zilch, not a client in my pipeline, not one. Going into January, that's kind of scary. Can anybody relate? So what did I do? Well, Christmas was great. I enjoyed the holidays. I'm sure a lot of us do that every year. I found an accountability partner. I found an agent within our tribe, and I started a challenge with him. That's Corey McKinney. Corey, can you stand up? So this is a person you want to follow because he's doing it well and he's doing it right. So follow Corey McKinney and the McKinney Real Estate Group or Real Estate Team. He's on IG and he's on Facebook. And I challenged him, and we said, all right, y'all, we're going to do social media for 30 days. We're going to do a video a day for 30 days and try to get some business drummed up around this. That's difficult. That is really difficult, especially when you've got a lot of kids. Corey has young kids as well. But we made a deal that if I missed a day of video, I owed him $50, and I had to get online and post about how great McKinney Real Estate was. And if he missed a day, he had to get online and post about how great Val Turner and Turner DeMarco Friedman was. Reality is we both missed a couple days. We squared up at the end. But we also both got a lot of business. So I would say 60 days in, because that's where it starts, right? You start getting your wheels in motion, and you turn, and about 60 to 90 days after that, you should start to see some results from those activities. So here's a couple of examples on the screen of what we did. we had fun, right? I mean, I'm a mom, so here I am eating macaroni and cheese at 9 o'clock at night, and I posted a video about it on my Instagram, or I'll post a video about a house I have coming soon. Corey went out to, I don't know if this was a property or a piece of land, but he posted about it, and I think Corey ended up with 4 listings that came out of that. I ended up with 5 listings and 9 buyers. But the reality of it is if I hadn't got online and I hadn't done those things, I had zip, not a zilch going into my new year, and I wasn't going to have it.
So here's something really quick you could do right away, and this is a great thing that I did for January, February, March. So why do you want to call your clients, right? Not to say, hey, I have nothing in the pipeline, but hey, Emily, it's Gail. I know you're going to probably get ready to do your taxes. Most people haven't even done their taxes, right? They filed extensions. Say,
Realtors.
And just say, we offer our clients, just like you go to your CPA or get your car tuned up or get your annual checkup, we're going to give you a home equity update. Don't say CMA. We don't say that, right? And then this way, they're like, so you probably have an extra couple $100,000 in there. That's probably important to your accountant and your CPA and your financial advisor. So when you word it like that, they want it, and it's a great way to open up that conversation. And you can talk about the market value. You know, what could it rent for if they wanted to, you know, rent it out and upgrade, or, you know, move across country like so many people are. Give them a mortgage.
People are in debt right now, too. Believe it or not. They have equity, but they're in debt. COVID did a number for a lot of people, and they lived on credit cards for a minute. So the idea of selling their home, using that home equity, and recovering themselves from the hole that they're in, you could be doing a really powerful service to people.
Exactly. So I will let you talk about this.
Ooh, that's some small writing. So the cons for new listing agents, and maybe part of the reason you guys are fearful about jumping right in head first. Sellers can be high maintenance. You have no idea. Yes, they can. They can be very, very high maintenance. You have to spend money. You do. You can't just put a listing out there and not pay a photographer. If you're taking iPhone photos, that's a problem. You have to deal with agents who are not professional. There's a lot of bad agents in our industry. None of you in this room, but there are lots of agents that I think we all hope will fall out this year with a tough market. You got to fight for your commission. Absolutely. I was on a listing appointment for 2.5 hours last night, and I could sense that he was about to ask me if I would do it for 4%. So you've got to fight for that commission.
Yeah, and any of you that are discounting your commission, I'm going against you guys, because it's been happening a lot, and we're still getting 3% commission on the listing side. So don't devalue yourself and think that if you lower your commission that they're going to hire you. If you get somebody like us coming behind you, we're going to get it.
But if you want us to show you how to get your full commission, call us and we'll role play.
Yeah. So one of the most important things when you're at a listing appointment is showing that confidence and really listening. And I'm going to let you go ahead and play this.
Christy, thanks so much for having me over your house. Now that I've taken a good look at it, it does need a little bit of updating, so I think a competitive price in this market probably be around $700,000.
Are you crazy? Have you seen all the updates I've done?
Well, looks like you've changed some carpet maybe 5 years ago.
That's good carpet.
And you painted like maybe 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, that was Benjamin Moore.
Well, you know, honestly, Mrs. Redpath, I do believe that $700,000 is a great price for your home.
I will not take a penny under $1 million, and I want 6 months free rent back.
So Mrs. Redpath, have you done any inspections on this property in the last 10 years?
Why would I? Look at this house. It's in perfect condition.
So it's in great condition. I understand that, but most buyers are going to want to have some inspections done.
I want no inspections and no contingencies. Got that?
Understood. What about when I want to show the house? You have 4 Great Danes. What do you plan on doing with these dogs?
They have the best behavior. If they don't like dogs, then they can go find another house.
Got it. I understand, but those could be a little intimidating to certain people.
Doesn't matter. They're great dogs and they have great behavior. My husband trained them.
Okay. As far as timeline, when are you thinking of putting your house on the market?
Today, no later than tomorrow.
You do realize I have to take pictures, right?
Oh, I already did it on my phone. And I have the brand new iPhone.
Got it.
One last question. What's your commission?
Wow. Well, it's 6%, just like...
Are you insane?
No.
All you have to do is put up a sign. The house will sell itself. Look at it. It's gorgeous.
You know, I'm really thankful that I can walk away from people like you. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Seriously, grab that kid one take and... But this is what we put up. This is the kind of conversations we have, right? And it's just showing that you are the expert and you're going to lead. And if it's not going to work out, walk away.
So some of the pros, we're going to wrap it up here so we get Pete up here, and you're in for a real treat with him. You control the inventory when you're a listing agent. Controlling the inventory is huge right now when there is complaint that there is none. We currently have 20 coming soon listings and 20 active and pending listings. That's 40 listings that are on the market. So when you have that type of inventory at your disposal, you're solving problems for people, number one. That's a huge ordeal. We can call agents and say, hey, I know you've been showing buyers every day of your life for the last 7 weeks. We've got something I think that's a fit for you. Branding, being a neighborhood celebrity, when you become a neighborhood celebrity and you have listings in a locale, you can stop running around with gas prices the way that they are. I would assume that would be a very good thing for most of us. You can get more leads. Listings have babies. There's so many people I've heard say that over the time that I've been in real estate. Listings have babies. You can leverage your time, have some freedom. I still work full-time. I still work way more than 45 hours a week, but I also have freedom as to where I work and how. You develop great skills, and you can build a team. If any of you in this room have ever thought about the possibility of building a team, you can do it via listings. And first, or last and final, you have to say that because that's in your voice.
You the boss?
Yeah.
I'm the boss. One of the quick things, I'll be happy to email this to anybody. So before we ever go on a listing appointment, they have to fill this out. We know what they think they're going to list that price for. I mean, what they think their house is worth. They tell us all the upgrades, so we can really do a good comp. This is important. If they're not going to take 10 minutes to fill this out, then we're not going to go to the listing appointment unless they're, traveling or something like that. But every single listing, we know a lot about them before we get there. So here's my question to you. If you're thinking, well, let me look on LinkedIn. A lot of you, there's quite a few people that are in this audience and that are not in this audience are thinking maybe real estate isn't for them because they can't really cut it. Right? They can't really break through. So if you saw this job description, you get $1 million a year. You just have to work 6 days a week. You work 5 days a week, 7 hours a day, 3 hours a day prospecting, 4 days a week, and that could be any kind of prospecting. 2 to 3 open houses a weekend, attend coaching, and follow up with clients. Would you freaking apply for that job? Would you take that job? Well, that is in front of you. So why aren't you doing it? Because every one of you that really put forth the effort, if we can make this kind of income, and we've only been doing this 8 years, why the hell can't you? So I would just pray for each one of you where you're stuck. Really find out who can help you. Val and I can help you. Any of us can help you in this room. Ryan can help you. Shane can help you. Your broker, wherever you work, just ask for it. But we don't know if you don't speak up, and a lot of you agents don't tell your managers, you don't tell your friends because it's a secret. I had a phone call today, and this is a wife of a president of a big company, and she's a real estate agent in New York, and told me, I don't want him to know, but I'm broke right now, and I just closed my last deal. I have nothing in the pipeline. She called me on the way here. And I was like, oh my gosh, I go, let me be your accountability partner. Let me help you develop a farm. So from the outside, we just spent time together. I thought she was killing it, but she wasn't. So if any of you had that same, you're not alone. And we would love to encourage you, to bless you, and to help you.
Thank you. We appreciate all of you guys. We appreciate you letting us be honest with everybody in the room. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.